Hi, I'm Dr. John Neustadt, President and founder of Nutritional Biochemistry Incorporated, NBI. And as you can see, I am wearing orange today. If you're not aware, today is a day where at 10 a.m. in each time zone across the United States, students all over the country walked out for 17 minutes to call attention to gun violence in schools. 17 minutes because that's how many were killed in Parkland, Florida at the most recent school shooting. Now I'm going to talk to you in a few minutes about what that has to do with your health and how you can use those lessons that the students have learned to improve your health as well. But first off, I want to note another notable event that just happened in history, really. Stephen Hawking died. World famous, renowned physicist, thought of as one of the greatest physicists ever to live. Incredible research on quantum physics and gravitation. And if you don't know Stephen Hawking, I encourage you to look him up, not necessarily for his work in physics, if you're not interested in that, but for his personal story. In his 20s, as a graduate student, he was diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease. And I've worked with patients and people with Lou Gehrig's disease. And if you have ever known anybody with that condition, it's completely devastating. It leaves you wheelchair bound. And in fact, he could only use his eyes towards the end. And he couldn't speak. He would use a machine. He was wheelchair bound. And what do Stephen Hawking's and these children have in common, and how can those help you reach not only your health goals, but any goal? These kids really defy the odds. Most of them are not of voting age. Most of them still probably defer to their parents and are very respectful in terms of government and in terms of their elected officials and deferential. But what happened is over the years, they've seen time and time again school shootings happen, and they are the first generation to grow up fully with the pain of that. They're the first generation to see that and to grow up with drills in their classroom, active shooter drills. What happened and what we're seeing is a point of pain in their lives that reached so acutely and touch so many people that it's really a decision point for them. This is very different from other times in that they've made a decision, and you can see the trend and the change, and they've already helped pass legislation and inspired legislation in Florida. What's going on now across the country with respect to the gun debate is because the pain got so great that people have made a decision to make change. What that change will look like, what the laws will look like, we don't really know, but the fact is it's a phenomenon that is crucial to understand for you and not only your health goals, but any goals you want in your life. At a certain point, most people don't make changes, and most people wouldn't come into my medical office until they were in such severe pain that they decided that they needed to make a change. They wanted to make a change. A lot of people feel that they don't have perhaps the resources or what it takes to reach their goals. But Stephen Hawking, he couldn't even walk, and yet he became one of the greatest physicists in the world. Many of these students can't vote, and yet they're now advocating and helping to create change in this country. So there are two important lessons here. One is about a decision point. If you're feeling stuck in your life, or you're feeling that you aren't quite eating the way you can, or feeling the way you should, or are maybe in the career that you want, what's likely happened is, frankly, it hasn't gotten painful enough for you. You haven't reached that decision point. Decision, it only takes a moment to make a decision. And when a decision's made, it's truly irrevocable. People can experiment. I'm going to experiment with making changes. I'm going to go 3 steps forward and 2 steps back. And I applaud that. That is fantastic. Continue to work towards your goals. But imagine yourself, if you're not making the progress you want, or you're not living as healthy as you want, or reaching the goals that you want to reach. I want you to take a few minutes and do a little mind exercise. Imagine for yourself, sit quietly, do some nice breathing to relax for a little bit, for about 30 seconds, and then begin to imagine your life, what it will be like in 3 months, in 6 months, in 2 years, in 5 years. If you continue to feel the way you're feeling, if you continue to not have the energy that you want, if you continue to eat the way that you want, if you continue to be stuck in the job that you're in, what will your personal relationships be like? What will you be modeling for your partner or your spouse? How will you feel about yourself? Imagine that down to the detail. And then I want you to really understand that if that pain is deep enough, when you finally make that decision, those resources are there for you, whatever limitations you may feel you have. All you have to do is make that decision. And there are people who will show up. There are resources out there to support you. And MBI Health is here to support you as well with the information and the products and videos like this. And by no means is this the only company or the only way to reach your goals. So I encourage you to really take these lessons from these incredible kids and this incredible man, Stephen Hawking, and realize that when you truly want to make a change, you have it in you to do that. You have the capability in you to do that. And if you're looking for that ultimate motivation to get you there, don't look outside yourself for that motivation. Look inward and imagine yourself not making those changes and how you're going to feel. And then think in the detail of how you will feel when you reach those goals. What your life is going to look like. How much energy are you going to have? How much joy are you going to have? Visualize that in every little detail and write it down. That change in perspective can be incredibly powerful and will help you finally make the decision to make those changes. And MBI Health and I am here to help. Head on over to mbihealth.com. We have lots of articles and resources on healthy eating, ways that you can help yourself with osteoporosis, improve your memory and your energy, and dig deep and find what you need to make that ultimate decision, and we'll be cheering you on the whole way. Have a great day. We'll see you here next week.